Hi and welcome back to a brand new video. So today in this video we are going to start an amazing series, and this series is going to be about React.js. But we already did some videos on React.js. So you heard me definitely right. We are working on a React framework, and that is named as the famous Next.js. Now this Next.js is provided by Vercel, but before starting anything on this framework, I would first of all like to thank you for 1k subscribers. Now we are a family of 1k subscribers, and I'm thrilled to start this series on occasion of our 1k subscribers. Definitely support our channel and we will grow more. Definitely, if you like my content, please hit a like on this video and share this video so that we can enter the world of server-side rendering. So till now, whatever applications we have built in React or Angular or Vue, those applications were based on servers on client-side rendering. Okay, so what we call it as CSR. Now there is a new trend which is going to happen in JavaScript world is the server-side rendering. So those rendering are basically your API calls, your front end, your user interface, everything is going to happen on a server side, not on a client side application. So basically your entire API call, or let's say what was the difference between this React or Next. Basically React is just a library, as you already know, you are working in React for a long time. But this Next.js is an entire framework. Why framework? Because this comes with lots of features built in. This is not a kind of a library where you are installing third-party packages for each and everything, let's say routing or API calls or anything else. These have pretty much its own libraries for font size, fonts, different fonts are available, images, heads, or routing, everything. So if we come to this site here, and the most interesting part is you can also render SSG, that is the static site generation technique. So we'll see all those techniques in greater advance as we progress towards this series of Next.js. But definitely the most important and the different thing which you will find from a CSR to SSR will be the routing. Basically in any application which is a SPA and a server side and a client side rendered application, there you will find that we have some certain different strategies of defining the routes in our application. But in an application like this, we have our routing which we can do based on a file structure. So if we look over here, there are different things which you can find about types Next.js, and almost all the bigger names are using this framework. But for now, we will be directly going to the docs section and see how we can get started with this. And before getting started, I recommend you to install Node.js. Now, Node.js is required in order to build or run your Next.js project. So over here, you will see the latest version which is available. Do download and install it, and we will be on the same page. So once you go into the system requirement check and automatic setup, you can just copy this command npx create next at the latest. Now I'm having my terminal over here. I will not directly do it like this, but I will go into my development folder and then do a next project there. So my project name would be Next.js course like this. I don't want the TypeScript. I want the ESLint. I want the SRC. I don't want the experimental app. Import alias configured, nothing. And this will now install a brand new app on my application. Now for text editor, I will be utilizing VS Code because it's free and it has lots of features, extensions pretty much coded into it. So we'll be using this, and definitely do download this if you have, and things will pretty much be familiar whenever you do this. So now what we can do, we can just open a brand new VS Code window. Just do a new window And while we are on this new window, we could now open up our folder, and that folder resides inside the development type, where I have created a new project, which is NextJS course. Let's open this, and over here you will find something pretty much ready. And from here, I recommend you click on this new terminal so that we can have everything started from scratch. If we go to our terminal, let this thing pretty much get installed. But over here, you can also see a few of the things where we have this React, React DOM, Next, ESLint, and ESLint config being downloaded. I recommend you please let this thing get downloaded, because this will be the base of our application which we are going to build. While these things are going on, we can see what folder structure do we exactly get. So you might also be wondering what is the main difference between a React and a Next project. Basically, your performance, the search engine optimization techniques are there, and also your business logic is super secure because they are rendered onto a server. Pretty much your HTML is pre-processed before it gets displayed to the user. So definitely lots of performance and speed optimization are going on. So if we directly see what's the status of our app, and things are pretty much installed, so we can quit this. Now, in order to run the app, we can do npm run dev to start the server for this application, and we can now open this in our Google Chrome. So if we go to Google Chrome and hit this bar, here we'll see soon our application will be up. Let's see if each and everything is quite fine, and I see each and everything is quite fine. Okay. So application is ready, and if we go over here, things are pretty much being ready and processed. Here you can see some compilation techniques were there, and here you can see a brand new Next.js app is there. Now here you can also see there is get started by editing this index file, and we can super go into this file, index file, and over here you see the entire content. Okay. Now for now, what I will be doing is I will be deleting the entire things available here, just like this. Okay, I will be deleting all these things, and also getting rid of the files which I don't need at present. Super clean, and will be importing React, and for now the fragment part from React, just like this. And now if I go to this fragment, can simply do some stuff like this, and you get pretty much a blank. Now in the styles tag, I will be removing all the styles, because right now I wanna concentrate more over the logics, and then we can do some styling in Next.js project as well. Now if I see over here, now I will try to render something, and this is welcome to Next.js course, course by create finder, something like that. So here you can see entire thing was rendered. So we have done all the things which were asked us to do. So now we can see more about the pages. And for now, for this instance, let me be very clear, whatever you write inside the page is a route. Okay, whatever you write inside this API is your backend thing, whatever backend thing we are going to build. For now, let's delete this file, and I don't need this anyhow for now, and everything is fine. And also I would like to delete this documents thing, and now pretty much we have this lean file. Now if you have named this index file something like this, index1, then definitely your app would scratch. Okay, it will crash, literally it will crash, and you will get a not found, because inside these pages the index.js file is treated like the base path of your application. That means whenever you try to write some application, okay, so it is treated like, let's say www.createfinders.com slash, and this slash is treated as index file. So if we have a file known as users, okay, or about us about dash us.js, this file, and if we now try to go to about us, so we'll be led to this about us page. Now there is nothing inside this, so let us create a brand new component, and we are importing this from React. We can now make a component which is about us like this. We can call this function, and then we can return our fragment from here like this, and we can say something like about us like this. And now we just need to export this component as a default, and we can treat it as about us. So if we do a reload to this file, you can see about us is being rendered over here. And let me just do a h1 and do about us like this, and here you can see about us. So pretty much whatever we write inside this page is treated as a route about us. And if you mess up with your code like this, so you will get a 404 page. So basically the entire routing works as whatever you define inside this page folder. If you have something known as contact us, then that contact us will be available over here. So if we make contact us page.js, here just I'm trying to copy this component, pasting up here, and just changing this to contact us, and this is the contact us page. Okay, so if you wanna go over here, so you will be pretty much doing contact us, and you will be led to contact us page. So I hope this feature is being simply explained by me, and you are getting this point. So whatever route you define over here, that file name is declared as a route. So that means if you have some nested routes, let's say you have a folder which says feature, okay, and inside this feature you have all these files, let's say, and I can move it like this. So in order to run this file, you will be needing a feature /route like this. Okay, so you can also make your nested routes as well. So there is absolutely no problem. Now let's say on this page I'm having two allies, navigate to, let's say, about us, or I can do navigate to contact us like this. And if I go to my plain page like this, you can see there are two things where I can navigate, and let me just increase the size so that you can see everything in great detail. Here you can see we have two, and now what we want to do, we want to navigate to this pages programmatically. How that is being possible? So one idea would be if you could wrap your entire content in a tag, in an anchor tag, and then provide it a href tag attribute, and then you do something like slash go to feature slash about us like this. One idea would be something like this, and if I hover over this, now this will lead me to feature about us. This is absolutely fine, but technically in a SPA or in an application like this, you see over this reload button, when I click on this reload happens, and we don't want this kind of activity. So for this, next provide us what we call it as a component that is known as a link, and this link is provided us to by next link. Now if I hover over this and if I go to this, you see there is no reload. Okay, There's absolutely no reload, and things are pretty much absolutely fine. Now, coming from a React background, you often have used link to like this, but this link is basically from a next package. Next has a sub package which is a link, and this absolutely requires this href to work. So like this, we could have easily changed our the way we navigate like this. And let me just try to get the text available. Just let me extract the text from here and placing the text over here and removing the extra tags, and here we can do to contact us like this. So if we go to the contact us page, we are treated over here and everything works exactly fine. Now that means if you wanna go back to, if you are visiting a page, if you're going to about us, and if you're going navigating to contact us, how you can navigate back. So let's say if we are going to this about page, and here I have a button to navigate back, and I want to click this to go back to my home page. How I can do that? So in order to do that, you can utilize a hook which is known as a use router hook. Now this use router hook gives you a router, and using that router you can create a function which says handle handle back, and handle back navigation, something like the naming of your function is absolutely up on you. So we can click navigate dot, we can also call a back gesture on this, just like this. And if we do a on click event on this, on click, we can assign this function like this, and if we go to about us, we can navigate back. Okay, so one way is this, and another way would be we could have used this router to push. Okay, and then we could have pushed something like this, but let me show you what happens if we try to do this. This is also fine, or you can also do replace my route from this, and this will also fine. So there are different ways to navigate back. I will stick to the push functionality because that is more appropriate in my opinion. So this was the first super case, useful case of NextJS why you wanna do something in a NextJS project. Now obviously if you wanna create some components, then those need to be out of your pages thing. So I make some components, and let's say I'm going to make a header component, header.js for example, and I am importing React from React like this. And now I can make a function which says me a header, and can now pretty much export default header. And to be precise, this components folder where we are dealing with this component is absolutely based upon React, nothing special when we compare to Next.js. It's simple a React component, functional component. Okay, and here I can do react.fragment to get those fragment things. And here let's say I'm having a nav, okay, or we can also say we have a just let's start with a header tag, and inside this we have a nav. Inside the nav we have some ul, and here we have some allies like this. We have contact us, we have another ally which says about us, and now we wanna have this tag to our all the components. So if we go to our pages, we go to our index. Now definitely you can inject this thing, you can just clear each and everything what is mentioned over here just like this, and you can call this tag. Now you can also remove this thing as no longer required, and you can import this. And in order to import this, you just need to have this header from one level up components header. and here you can see both of the things are available. And if you want to make them clickable, you can just wrap them inside the same link tag just like this, and now this will be pretty much clickable as well, like this. Okay, so now this link requires a href. You can see over here the prop href expects a string or object in the link but got undefined, so we can give it a href, and now we can state it where we want to go. Let's say we want to go to feature slash contact us route, and in this we wanna go to feature slash about us route, about it just like this. And if we reload this, now we can pretty much go to both of the pages. And the same way we have this logic being separated out from entire page from this, and now this component can also be utilized in your entire web application. So if we have something like this, we could have imported the same way as import header from, we go to level up components header, and the same technique could be carried out to your contact us page. So here also we could have simply gone in this mode selection. So let me just save everything, and here you can see if I go to my about section, here also I have my header. If I go to my about us, if I go to my contact us, if I go to about us, if I go to navigate back, and everything is working. Now obviously you can also give styles to this, but right now I'm more interested in teaching you how things are super working when we are file user development XML page is not found, the file is this. Okay, but we are not dealing with index.js 1, so definitely no point is there in, and all these files are also clear, index is clear, super clear. So I think everything is working fine, and whatever routes we define, they are working like this: feature slash about us, and then feature slash contact us. Just for your kind information, I have written like this. Now over here you can see you are doing some navigation back button. That is absolutely fine, you can do the way you want, there's absolutely no problem. So this was how you can navigate programmatically, or you can just change your routes. Okay, this is one of the way how you can achieve all those things, and this is the way how NextJS works. But also if I click on contact us tab, and if I now try to view the page source and use the line wrap functionality, here you can see entire thing, whatever things were available inside this component was rendered to me. Here you can see the h1 contact us page is there, because this was statically generated and this was pre-rendered for pre-populated for me, and then it was rendered. So the HTML was prepared before. So if I go to both of these, here in both of the way you can get the functionality. So in this video we have explained you the first way of the first feature of Next.js, why you want to use it, because you get this cool functionality of routing which is based on router, and all those routes need to be defined in this pages, and your common components could go in a common component folder, and you can utilize the use router from next router to solve your programmatical approaches, or you can just use your next inside the next the sub link package to solve all the things related to the link tag. So thanks for watching, and I will now see you in the next one. Please definitely like the video and subscribe to it. I will see you in the next one. Bye.